This is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. I really appreciate you joining me again today, and this story comes from Merseyside Police, and it involves a National Crime Agency detective that has been jailed for stealing 50 bitcoins from a criminal that he was investigating. Paul Chowles, 42, from Bristol, worked for the NCA and stole cryptocurrency that is now worth £4.4 million. Merseyside Police investigated the NCA in this case, which is a turn of events, and Chowles was part of the NCA investigation that targeted a criminal network back in 2013 that was selling illegal drugs on the internet. This was known as Silk Road 2. It was set up a month after Silk Road 1 was shut down. It operated similar to selling a lot of drugs and sort of information that people could obtain that was illegal. And at the time, the 50 bitcoins that he stole were worth £60,000, and over time they increased in value to what the NCA said was £4.4 million. The operation Paul was working on was conducted with the FBI in the USA and led to the convictions of several individuals living in the UK. This included Thomas White from Liverpool, who was jailed for 5 years and 4 months in April 2019. In his role at the NCA, Paul, who was fired after this all came to light, he led the analysis and extraction of data and cryptocurrency from the devices that were owned by Thomas White. Between the 6th and 7th of May 2017, 50 of the 97 bitcoins seized by the NCA were transferred to Paul and broken down into smaller amounts. He then moved them from his public address to different ones to try to hide the trail. He then converted it into pounds sterling to withdraw, and the funds that he used was on debit cards, and he used that to spend the proceeds. In 2021 and 2022, he made 279 transactions, totaling £21,000 and a withdrawal of £6,300. It's estimated that Paul benefited to the value of over £500,000, to be precise £613,000. At Liverpool Crown Court on the 27th of May, Chowles pled guilty to theft, transferring criminal property and concealing criminal property, and he was jailed for 5 years and 6 months. At the same court on the 16th of July. While under investigation, White, who was the original person that owned the Bitcoin, noticed that someone had removed 50 Bitcoins, and he stated that he knew it had to be someone in the NCA because they had his private keys for his cryptocurrency. After White completed his custodial sentence, Merseyside Police had responsibility for managing him in the local area. Police from Merseyside Police met counterparts from the NCA, and this included Paul Chowles, to gain a fuller understanding of the investigation into White. This is where they were told that the 50 bitcoins had been stolen. An investigation was launched by Merseyside Police into the stolen bitcoin and also Paul Chowles, who was arrested in May 2022. Police recovered an iPhone that linked Paul to an account that was used to transfer Bitcoin, as well as relevant browser search history relating to cryptocurrency exchange services. Several notebooks were also discovered in Paul's office, and these contained usernames, passwords and statements relating to White's cryptocurrency accounts. Detective Chief Inspector John Black from Merseyside Police's Force Intelligence said, "We know criminals have sought to use cryptocurrency as a way to launder money from criminal activities that include drug dealing and also fraud. It will be extremely disappointing to everyone that someone involved in law enforcement could involve themselves in this very criminality that we are investigating and also preventing. This case should illustrate the starkest terms that nobody is above the law. It became clear to one of the NCA's own officers had stolen. Our officers conducted extensive inquiries to unearth a trail of evidence that Paul had attempted to hide. This was supported fully by the NCA, and he took advantage of his position in this investigation to line his own pockets while devising a plan that he believed would cover his tracks. I want to reassure the public that Merseyside Police have specialist officers with experience and expertise to track the movements of funds designed to avoid detection. Our officers have the determination to make sure criminals do not profit in any way from breaking the law and other honest, hard-working people that work for the police. The National Crime Agency spokesman said, "We fully understand and share the concern that this will cause to the public that we serve." The former officer was sacked for gross misconduct misconduct, and the NCA expects the high standards and conduct and behaviour from all our officers. We are committed to taking robust action against anyone that fails these standards. And Alex Johnson from the CPS said, within the NCA, Paul Chowles was regarded as someone that was competent, technically minded and very aware of the dark web and cryptocurrencies. He took advantage of the position, working on his investigation by lining his own pockets and devising a plan that he thought we would never foil. Once he had stolen the cryptocurrency, Paul tried to muddy the waters and cover his tracks by transferring the Bitcoin into mixing services to help hide the trail of money. And it seems that everybody has something to say about this story, from the NCA themselves, the Merseyside Police and also the Crown Prosecution, because frankly it's embarrassing. A lot of people accuse police and also people in the NCA of being corrupt, and of course this supports that allegation. So I really want to hear what people have to say on this story, and do you believe this is the only person in the NCA that may be guilty of corruption? Leave a comment below, and don't forget to follow on Telegram, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Peace.